Why you can easily get lost in Toronto. Today we are back to talk about one of the most renowned cities of Canada, in fact of the world, Toronto. Although the name says it all, but for an introduction, did you know that apart from being Canada's largest city, it comes under one of the top-rated cities of the world? You can run a quick Google search and search for the top-rated cities of the world and you'll find Toronto on that list, and of course the city has all the right reasons for this achievement. People say that you must have Google Maps as your companion if you're planning to roam around the city because the chances of one getting lost are pretty high in here. So what exactly is the actual size of Toronto? Is it even bigger than New York? To know the answers to these, you better watch this video till the end because certain interesting facts await for you and you might be very surprised. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase. Let's first talk about the strategic location of Toronto on the world's map. Yes, the strategic positioning of this city has a major role in what the city is today. Toronto serves as the most populous city of Canada and is considered a commercial and financial hub. Yes, so if you are visiting Canada, Toronto must be on the top of your bucket list, we are sure. Whether you are waiting for vacations, in pursuit of a business opportunity, or for better economic conditions, Toronto is the go-to place for you. The city resides on Lake Ontario's northwestern shore, which is basically the border between the US and Canada. Yes, now talk about a better strategic position. From the second half of the 20th century, Toronto has massively expanded from being an isolated provincial state, often referred to as Toronto the Good, to a happening, flourishing, cosmopolitan city having an area of 630 square kilometers. The historical evolution of the region. I am sure you must be wondering, how did this rapid expansion of the city actually take place? Was it overnight? No. The story behind this expansion goes back to around 1,000 years, so let's rewind back a little, shall we? Before the Europeans arrived, the site of Toronto that we know as of today was occupied by a small number of First Nations individuals, and so were its surrounding regions. It is known that there were various Iroquoian villages surrounding the area of Toronto. These villages were largely dependent upon hunting, fishing and farming. These villages strategically reside on higher ground locations in order to have easy access to waterways. With the passage of time and over a period of 700 years, these villages began moving towards cultivation fields. The exact reason is still not known, but they moved from one place to the other, probably in the pursuit of better environmental conditions or to escape natural disasters. Eventually, as the 15th century started, the Iroquoians had moved far away from the region of Toronto. This trend has been continuing even today, which is why over 500 people reside upon the main rivers of the city. The city has always been extremely attractive in terms of farming and other aspects of subsistence. So the next time you see a population living by a riverside in Toronto, you'll know the reason behind it. Given all these aspects combined, the city's boundaries had been historically expanded and Toronto became bigger and bigger. Now let's jump to the present dynamics. You must have heard about the Greater Toronto Area, right? If not, you should know that this area comprises of the City of Toronto as well as the regional municipalities of York, Peel, Durham and Halton. You'll be surprised to know that the area comprises of 25 urban, suburban and rural municipalities. Yes, you heard it right, all this is within Toronto. Now, would you imagine visiting yourself this city without the help of Google Maps? We can definitely bet on your no. Anyway, further, the area has over 140 neighbourhoods. Now that's again one huge number considering to average-sized cities. Well, the story does not end right here. Toronto has several towns in its municipalities such as Town of Ajax, Town of Halton Hills, Township of Scugog, Town of Whitchurch, Stouffville and Town of Whitby, just to name you a few. Let me tell you, the list is really long, so we will spare you the time. The Toronto of today. If you have ever visited Toronto or get a chance to visit the city in the nearby future, one thing you'll be in awe of is this city's pace of construction. The eyes in Toronto move from one marvellous building to the other and often ending up questioning yourself, this is even better than the previous one I saw. You can never really keep a track of the prevailing construction projects in Toronto given their vast number. The reason behind this rapid pace of construction is because it serves as a core indicator of economic development. One key advantage that Toronto has is of surging investment, specifically in the field of public infrastructure as well as transit, to tackle the requirements of this swiftly expanding city. Toronto is still urbanizing at a crazy pace since its large urban hubs benefit from new immigrants entering the city, given the case job and business opportunities present there. Not only this, in most of Canada and specifically Toronto, there are several transit expansion projects that are currently in process. These projects vary in terms of phases, while some are in the planning phase while others are close to execution. But in the best 5 to 10, the landscape of Toronto that we know of today will be completely changed. Mark our words on this. Together, all these projects will create an array of network in the region and provide for seamless mobility options to the individuals. Once this happens, the city is expected to expand even more. Today, if you look around in Toronto, you will see several skyscrapers, malls, business centres and whatnot. If you're looking for a residential place, Toronto will never disappoint you with its endless residential options. In fact, the city of Toronto goes to the extent that you will probably end up confused on what decision to make. The development in Toronto is nowhere near stoppable because it is on the road to become a mega city. Investors find Toronto as the most attractive source of long-term investment, and we can't blame them to think like this. After watching this video, we are sure you must be amazed with how big Toronto actually is, and especially the amazing history in which the city has its roots that has led to the expansion of this area. Well, whatsoever the reason, it is definitely one of the most diverse and lively cities of the world, and definitely would be on everyone's wish list. If not before, then definitely after this video it would be. We have to wait to see how the future further unfolds in this city, and maybe a few years down the road it might become the largest city in the world. We are keeping our fingers crossed on this. Stay tuned for upcoming amazing videos because we are sure you wouldn't want to miss them. And there it is. Why you can easily get lost in Toronto. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. Check out more videos on Toronto and Canada in our Canada Travel Guide playlist. That's all for now. Until next time.